Hi, this is Nolan from Benchmark, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to connect to point 1 using your Nano 7 and FieldGenius. So what I'm going to do to begin here is I'm going to click on Select Instrument. Now I'm going to need to make a new profile, so I'm going to click on Add Profile and make sure that in my GNSS rover I have a couple of different things selected here. First of that is that I want to make sure that my make is set to GeoMeasure, and that my model is set to Nano 7. Now I can give this any name I want, I'm just going to leave it for now, but once that's all selected here, I'm going to click on Done. And the first step to setting up my network rover here is to initialize the Bluetooth connection. So I'm going to click on Setup Communication here and begin to search for a Bluetooth connection. Now what we're looking for is a device with the same name as the serial number on the bottom of your receiver, and once you find it, you're going to click on it and then click on Connect in the bottom right corner. And once your connection is complete, the next step is to set up the network correction. So we're going to click on the Setup Corrections menu here and make sure that we have the RTK via Internet option selected, and then following that we click on the Setup Internet option. Now by default it will be selected on data collector, which will work great if you have a hotspot or Wi-Fi connection to your data collector, but if you instead decide to use a SIM card inside of your receiver like I'm going to in today's video, we're going to make sure that we have GNSS Mobile selected from the dropdown, and then we're going to enter the relevant APN information for our carrier. In my case, I'm going to be using a DAC SIM card, one of our universal SIM cards, but if you're using AT&T or T-Mobile or Rogers, Bell, whoever it may be, just make sure that you have the proper APN information, and if you're having a hard time finding that online, give us a shout. We've tried out many of them, so we do have many of them written down on which one works the best. But once you have that information entered, you're going to click on Done in the bottom right corner. And the next step is to set up the data source. Now, we're going to be setting up point 1 as I said, but this actually will work for any network that you plan to use. What we're going to do is we're going to enter the address. So you can enter the IP address, or you can just enter the text form of the URL, which in this case is going to be truepoint.point1nav.com. You're going to enter a port. In my case, the best one for point 1 is 2101, and then you're going to enter the relevant username and password for your login, which I'm obviously going to be blurring for the point of this video. And once you're complete here, you're going to click on Done in the bottom right corner. And if you've given your profile a name, it will show up here, or we'll just say MyEntrip 1 or 2. So make sure you've selected the one you just created here and click on Done in the bottom right corner. And with those selected, we can press on Connect to initialize our network connection. And if all has gone correctly here, what we're going to see is a list of available mount points. And in our source table here, you're going to want to choose the best one for your network. For point 1, that's going to be Polaris_local. That'll give you the best performance for RTK level corrections. And once you have it selected on your screen, you're going to click on Select in the bottom right corner, where it's going to ask you to confirm the mount point. Leave the settings as they are by default. They are the best ones to use for the point 1 network. And click on Confirm. Now there's only a couple steps left, the first of which is to set up the antenna height. So we're going to click on that option. We're going to enter our measured height and do ensure that you're using the right measure point, as there are two, one to the bottom of the antenna mount and one to the slant height mark. And if you want to know how to measure up your Nano 7 properly, do reference the wonderful video that David made not too long ago that will be linked in the top right corner. And we now need to set up our active tolerance. So if we go in here, I'm just going to set it to the first option here, the RTK Fix Topo. If you want to know how to edit them, again, we have some videos on the channel about quick set tolerances that I will remember to link to in the top right corner. And then the final step is to decide whether we're using tilt or not. In my case, I'm just going to leave it as is. So I'm going to click on Done in the bottom right corner, and I'm now ready to head to my survey screen and begin surveying with my point 1 corrections. But for now, that is everything in today's video. That is how you enable a point 1 activation on your Nano 7 using FieldGenius. And if you have a moment, I'd ask you to hit that subscribe button down below. It really does help us out. It helps me keep making these videos. And if you have any questions about anything you've seen in today's video or maybe on our YouTube channel, give us a call at 1-888-286-3204 or visit us online at bench-mark.ca.